Okay, so I just wanted to go over a recent photo I posted on my Instagram. Looks like this. And as you can see, it's very Film Noir inspired. I think I literally said Film Noir inspired in the caption. And while I had the lighting still set up, I figured I'd kind of go over it and explain some of the lighting choices and what I used and all that stuff for people that find that interesting. I know I find it interesting, so maybe someone else will as well. So, to start, I'll work from the background here. And basically here I have this background town, Anulux gray backdrop, 5x7. It's just hanging from my tension rod system that I've been building over the last year or so being here. And it worked perfectly for a backdrop in a film noir sort of office setting. Background light is the FJ400 with a series of barn doors on it that I kind of shaped just be pointing at this backdrop here. And then on the front of it, to kind of give it that shape on the background, is just a piece of cardboard that I cut into some random shapes and kind of act as a cook in front of the lens, and then I just sort of feathered it to taste and decided what looked best for the image. So there was that. All right, so then moving over here, this is the FJ200. This was my hair light, my kicker light, whatever you want to call it. It just kind of helps separate me from the background and kind of give a nice glow to the hair without totally blowing it out or getting lost in the detail of the background. It wasn't a total dark image like most film noir images are, so I wasn't going to be totally lost to the background, especially it being gray versus a black, but still I just wanted to have that nice separation. And then on the desk itself, I wanted to have a actual light source, something to kind of give the room or the set a little bit of a character. So I love these Edison bulbs. I think they look really cool on camera and photograph really well. And so I actually had it on so that it would, look lit and not just a bulb in place. And then I wanted to have an extra light in there, in this case a strobe. Again, another FJ200 with a Fresnel head on it. This one's made by Aperture. And then I have an orange CTO gel to kind of match this tungsten bulb that Edison creates, or Edison brand bulb. So it looks like this when it's on, kind of very horror movie lighting from here anyway, but when you're sitting it looks really good. And a lot of times when you're using flash, it can totally cancel out any room light, which is good. That's normally what you want. But in this case, I wanted to make sure you could see the bulb, and then of course it not be totally under or overexposed in the image. So it was finding a nice balance of this key light, this FJ200, and then of course the bulb, and it all working together. And also something interesting was the shadow created by this lamp fixture from this light, I had to make sure it didn't show up on my shirt, because of course if it did, then it would kind of ruin that illusion. So all three of these strobes and this practical light came together to create this image. I think it really came out really well, and I used a light meter for it. It's something I've been trying to do more of in my images. This one happens to be the L308XU by Sekonic. It's really simple to use, really easy, great for flash light metering, and especially when you're working by yourself. And then on the topic of working by myself, I use this remote here. This is the Canon BR-E1. Works great with my R5, which helps me to be able to trigger the flash on my own, especially because obviously self-timers are good, but having to run back and forth can be a bit of a pain sometimes. So being able to kind of be planted and ready to go, and then just sort of hide my hand with the remote in it is super easy. Done it a bunch of times for myself. And then if I didn't mention, I used Canon R5 and a 24-70 lens, and I think the image ended up being shot around a 50mm at f4. So it let in a little more of the background. It wasn't a total shallow background, but enough that it still created a mood and an image that I was really proud of. So the other video I'm going to make is explaining the other noir image that I created, which looks like this. That one I actually did first and then built up to this one, but it just made sense since I already had this built, I would do this first. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and if you did, Please like and subscribe, and I'm hoping to do more videos in 2024 kind of explaining the photo process and just other techniques that I've learned over the 6 or 7 years now doing photography, as well as my video background. And if you like that and want to see more, please, like I said, like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Dan Whitehead Photo, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.